Hello, I shall be showing you how to crossbreed and successfully farm in Tekkit. And this time I'll be showing you how to get started and the basics. So first thing you're going to want to do is find a nice flat area of land like this. Make sure there are no animals spawning inside of the area that you want to have your farm, because they will trample your crops and it's a nuisance. You will need to fence the entire area so no animals or mobs can get in, and I've put lots of interdiction torches around so no mobs can actually get in and trample anything. Okay, now what I find best is to make these little squares, these little patches, so 3 by 3 areas to plant on. I find them the most effective and easy for crossbreeding. And what you're going to want to do is have, I'm not going to come off them, is have 3 by 3 with dirt, have a little hole in the middle, and in that hole you should put some water, so when you hoe it, it's going to nice and fertilised by the water. You're then going to want to put a block of glowstone just on top of the water, and that will give your plants some extra light to help them grow quicker. And then what you're going to want to do is put some slabs over the top. Now this is to stop anything trampling your crops, because in the basic stages they do trample very easily before you get some higher tier ones. Okay, so once you've put your water on and your glowstone on top of it, you're going to want to hoe the area. I've got a little, I do have a red map on, but we'll just use the electric, hoe, just to hoe the area there. There we go. Now that's all ready for you to put your crops on. Now crops are the little thing you see here, and now you make them, I've got any wood here, hang on, use the crops in your inventory anyway. You make them with sticks. I've got a crafting table here, so just let's run over here a minute. Oh, door's left open. Okay, you just it's just one on either side like this, and you make crops. Okay, so when you've got a bunch of crops, you'll be able to place them on the soil just like that, and that soil will get fertilised by the water. Now you must have these, as I said, over the top, otherwise your crops will be trampled. The next thing that I find essential to keep your crops, to keep all your plants healthy, is a crop-matron. I don't think you could mass farm or have a lot of plants going on at once without this, really. It keeps everything ship-shape for you. And they went missing for some reason, and I'll show you how to make it quick. Oh, just already up here. You just need 2 electronic circuits, a chest, a machine block, and some crops around the outside, and it makes a crop-matron. Now a crop-matron needs to be powered, so all I've got here, it doesn't need much power at all. I've got 2 regular solar panels here, and obviously this is glass cable going in to an MFE. See, there's hardly any power in it at all, and then going into a low voltage transformer, and then it just, I have it going under like that, just all the way along, connected underneath to the crop-matron. Now your crop-matron will be powered. What goes into a crop-matron is fertilizer, hydration cells and Weedex. I've got some over here. So hydration cells, Weedex and fertilizer. Now to make these things you're going to need a few ingredients. Okay. And there's a few ways of getting them. We'll start with the hydration cells. You will need an empty cell, which is just made out of 4 tin, and I'll show you in a minute how we make them. Let's go to the Skylab. Okay, so you make, I've got any tin in here? No. Okay, so you make hydration empty cells just by using 4 tin like that, and it gives you 16 cells each time, so it's quite a good, you get quite a good amount for 4 tin. Okay, once you've filled up your water cell, your empty cell with water, which you just do by right clicking water, you need to put it into an extractor, and it will get changed into a coolant cell, which is what you use to put in nuclear reactors. If you take that coolant cell and put it through again, you shall be given a hydration cell, and that will water all your crops or your plants. Okay, the next thing we're going to make is Weedex. Now you get Weedex by mixing green powder and redstone into an empty cell. To get green powder, you put a spider eye into a macerator, and it gives you green powder. Just get some redstone quick. So then you put the redstone at the top, the green powder in the middle, and the empty cells at the bottom, and you see it gives you Weedex. Those cells there. Okay. And the next thing you're going to need is fertilizer. You get fertilizer by mixing scrap and bone meal, and it gives you fertilizer. Now you put these in the slots here, and the crop-matron will start eating those up. Now it gets through those really quick, so you do have to make a lot of them, because it does get through it. But then it's already eaten that. But it's a genius thing to have, because otherwise you would have to go putting these things on by hand, which is time consuming. And if you're not on and someone else is on the server, if you have a server, if you're playing a multiplayer, then weeds will grow on your crops while you're not there. But if you've got this automated with all these things filled up, weeds will not grow. Okay, to get scrap there are a few ways of automating, because it is a nightmare getting scrap. It's anything, basically scrap is anything that you put into a recycler. This is a recycler here. This is one of the setups I've got, which is I made a big huge quarry, which was powered by 2 steam engines. I then had a normal cobble pipe leading into a recycler, which was powered by a low voltage solar array, which then went into an MFE, into a low voltage transformer, and then into the recycler here. Now these cobble pipes must go into the top, and there must be a space between the quarry and the recycler. Then I got a transport pipe here, powered by just a normal redstone engine, and into a chest, and it fed the scrap. So anything it picked up from the quarry went straight into the recycler and into the chest. Okay, so that's one way. If that's a cheaper way of making it, there is a more expensive way, which I will show you. I can find the entrance, which is for some reason evading me right now. Oh, it's because it's more over that way. Here it is. Down here is another way of making a scrap. As you can see, got a bunch of energy condensers here, like that. If you put something in, I normally have diamonds on me, but if you put something in like that, it makes the cobblestone. I've then got them pumping out again with redstone engines into more recyclers here. Then once they come out the recyclers, they go into this chest here, through these chests. This is a bit more expensive way, and if you do want a tutorial on the setup of this, please let me know and I will do one, but at the minute I'm just showing you that there are many ways you can get scraps. Basically, feeding anything into recyclers produces scrap. This is just making it en masse. This is especially useful if you want to make lots of UU matter to make quantum. Oh, you little cheeky bugger. Yeah, if you want to make lots of scrap quickly, that will help you. Okay, so I'm going to put these things back. Okay, so that is how you make scrap. And the bone meal, just a quick note on bone meal, if you haven't got an energy condenser and you haven't got lots of fuel to put in it, because it's quite a high EMC value really for bones and bone meal, just take a lot to get a lot. If you've just got a bunch of bones, instead of putting them in your inventory, in your crafting thing, and just getting bone meal that way, put them in a macerator, because you actually get 5 bone meal per bone instead of, I think it's 3. So you do get more bone meal for your bone. Okay, so that's how you set up your farm really. Just make sure you have your crop-matron. Crop-matrons will do a 9 by 9 by 3 area. So everything that's within the white line here is dealt with by the crop-matron. It will water, fertilise and de-weed everything within this white marble line here. All of this. But as you see, I've just got one in each corner because that's all you really need to do. So make sure you have the hoed land, the water underneath, the glowstone on top. You will need to plant stuff onto crops, which I've made here, and you will need the slabs over the top to prevent things being trampled. Also the fence around to keep mobs and animals out again, so they will not trample your crops. Okay, I shall be making another tutorial next on planting and crossbreeding, so if you want to watch that, I shall be making another video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.